Notification volume 0%.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Blindformers. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today we will be transforming Transformers Generations Legacy Dead End from his robot mode to his vehicle mode. Now, Dead End is one of the members of the Stuntacons. We've discussed it before. Tomorrow we will have a review video on Dead End's vehicle mode, which should be less than 10 minutes. I'm going to really try to make sure these videos are less, but it does sometimes there's extra sculpt work that needs to be talked about, and I want to make sure that I make I verbally explain as much as I can about a figure so that anyone with visual problems can get a better understanding about what's going on with this thing. No saying I'll do this thing like this, no, none of that, and that's BS. But if you like what you see here and you want to see more of it, please go below and do everything everyone else asks you to do. And if you have a dead end, leave me a comment about what you think about the dead end's transformation in the comments below. I would love to hear from you, my viewers. Now, let's get to transforming this weird guy. But before we get into it completely, I did want to mention these guns. I forgot to mention them yesterday in the More Than Meets the Eye video. But these guns are, they're about the same as the ones that came with drag strip, except they have something unique. There's a male siege peg on each side of the gun. There's a male siege peg on the bottom of the gun for the handle, and there's a male siege peg on the back of the gun. And I think that's so weird. This thing's got 4 siege pegs on it and no siege ports. And it's got at the top, it's got a scope, and in the front, it's got a wicked iron sight that feels more like some sort of bayonet attachment, like a blade attachment to the end of the barrel or something. It's pretty wicked guns. These are some nasty guns. I can see him like stabbing a transformer in the chest with one of these guns and then twisting the gun and pulling it out to do a lot of damage. They are nasty guns. I just wanted to bring up those guns. Now, let's get into this transformation, and hopefully my Alexa doesn't screw with me like the last video. Now, to start this transformation off, you want to go ahead and move the no, we'll start with the front. We won't start with the trunk, the hood of the vehicle. So we got to fold this head in and get these arms to actually be where the head is. And that's actually kind of fun. So we're going to pull the front, the back of the vehicle, the side that has the windshield that the hood is folded over. We're going to slowly, don't do it quickly because this is clear plastic here, and it's you could give stress marks to it or something. Now that it's pulled away from the front of the robot, we want to then set these arms. Now each of these arms is on a bar hinge that's connected to another bar hinge. So we're going to pull each of these arms away. Be careful about the wheels on the shoulders. They like to pop off all the time. They're easy to put back in, but it's still annoying that they just pop off. The hood of this vehicle also has a tendency to just pop off if you're not careful, so be aware of that. Now that we've got the arms unfolded, we're going to go ahead and fold the head backwards. Boom. And it's going to fold backwards until it sits solidly. Like there's a nice little solid click when it engages. Now we pull the arms up on their secondary bar hinge that's hidden inside of the vehicle, the robot. And then you fold the sides down that would connect to either side of the core of the robot mode. And let's go ahead and rotate each of these side sections on the forearms. The forearm armor, that's the side of a vehicle, you need to rotate them each so that they are sitting siege ports down. And that should work out pretty well like that. Now we're going to, there's nothing to ensure that these pieces connect, but we can line up the doors, because that's what these are, like the bottoms of doors. And we're going to go ahead and turn the wheel that was on the shoulder, and now it's like really far in the front. And on the front of this door, the side of the vehicle, there's a quarter turn. There's a little quarter circle, and that is actually where the wheel well will be connecting together. So we're just moving the wheel so that it sits against that quarter circle, and then this stuff is just going to kind of set there. It's not really going to, it doesn't have anything connecting it solidly into place yet, but we will be getting there. And I found it's a little easier to do this guy in a few easy steps. So we're just going to fold the front of the vehicle down, and now we're going to fold the hood down in the front, but not too far, because sometimes we screw up. like I just realized I did. So we're just going to move things around. There it goes. And then that's going to pick up. I see what's going on there. Okay, cool. And that's going to click together. And what I did there was I actually took, you know how I had the the secondary bar hinge that was on the inside of the robot mode, and then each of those parts, you know, each part that would be folded into the side of the core mode was just kind of hanging out, making a nice flat plane. But I decided to move those bar hinges upwards, and they had sections to connect to. And now the front of the vehicle is taller. You open it up, and you just straighten out both of these bar hinges, but make sure that they're going all the way up as tall as possible, so that when connected, it would look like this is a robot with no head, no neck. It's very, very thin at the top. Going to make sure everything's lined up properly. There we go. Make sure that you put the hands or the forearms when you feel the underside. The rest of the chest mode of the robot has a lip on each side, and you want to make sure you slid those forearms into that loop area. I mean that lip. Make sure you put them there, and make sure the wheels are in their proper positions. And we're not going to lock anything down because we got to work on the feet. So let's go ahead and come over here and work on these legs. Feet are pretty easy. You just fold them backwards. That was a loose joint I talked about being annoyed with. Now, put your finger in, feel on the inside of his leg, and you go from the waist down. You get this like trapezoidal feeling hollow section. It's kind of rough on the inside. You want to go ahead and fold that section. Now, what that's going to do is allow this entire leg to fold inwards. Okay. Now we're going to do the same with this side. We're going to reach in there. We're going to find that piece. We're going to break that connection. There we go. And we're going to fold the leg in. It's got another bar hinge on the inside. So all we're doing is collapsing it in on itself. And we're bringing the big old leg warmers that he had forward to connect with the front of the car. We're almost there, guys. Gals, we are almost at the point where this guy is done. We just got to make sure these bottom sections are clicked into place, and now we've got to make sure that this entire cab of the car, there it goes. Nope, nope, nope. What's going on with you? Oop, oop, there's a seam. You don't do that to me. There you go. That's a good transform. There you go. Yeah. All right. So you're just going to kind of press everything together, and then to finally, you know, finish this guy out, you want to lock it down by pushing the hood down to over the front wheels. And there you have it. Let's go ahead and get these two guns. And we're going to put the guns in the siege ports that are on the back of the vehicle. 1 and 2. Come on, you. Get in there. There you go. Look at that. Now, I like the back wheel, the siege ports on the feet things, because these allow it to move like, you know, you can fold both of these down and suddenly he's firing mortars. I think that's neat. You could give him some bigger guns, some mortar-style guns, if you wanted to give him that type of thing, where he's a mobile mortar platform. That's kind of a fun thing to say. Anyway, this has been a Blindformers episode. I hope that I've helped you today understand how to transform breakdown dead end from robot to vehicle mode. For this transformation, I'm going to give it a solid 7 out of 10. It has been it was a retool transformation from Dragstrip, which Dragstrip's transformation deserves an 8 out of 10. This thing's just a little bit looser, and there's a little more issues with it when it comes to the transformation. But for the most part, this is a fun transformation, and I do enjoy it. And it does nice and spin on the ground. Thanks for watching. Please tune in next Prime, where we will go over this vehicle mode and in a deep, in-depth review and talk about it, and then give it a final grade. And then at the end of that video, we'll actually give a final grade for this entire Transformer on what I think of it as an overall statement. Thanks for watching, and please tune in next Prime. Bye-bye for now.